Three people that arrived.
Please.
And you were picking on me.
Dabota,
I want to touch
and you are telling me
let the truth just
How
reign.
do you know?
It's not your own. You made a big fuss out of it. It's not your
It is
own.
mine.
The child who he named the boat after is friends with my daughter. They're in the same class.
And I spoke to the woman. I spoke to the woman in question.
I felt Diadem did not give room to get to know me.
Wait, chill. Wait, I'm so sorry. I'm so used to this way, chill. It has become an issue at this point. I've come to realize that Caroline's attitude towards me is not unique to me.
Welcome to Reality Check with me, Adaeze. Here we discuss reality shows, movies, trending topics, and topics I find fascinating. If you like conversations like that, kindly subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So let's get into the reunion of the real boat owners of Lagos, because that is what the show, at least this season, is supposed to be called. The real boat owners of Lagos, because I've had it up to here. With all this boat talk. But yeah, the Real Housewives of Lagos season 3 reunion aired yesterday. It aired today on Showmax, and I watched it on Showmax. I always watch it on Showmax. For those who have been asking how to watch the show if you are outside the country, I use a VPN called NordVPN, and I choose South Africa as my location, and then I log into Showmax. I already had a Showmax account from Nigeria, and I renew with my Nigerian card, so I watch it here using a VPN. If you try to watch it like the regular way without using a VPN, it is not going to show because it is not available in your region. Like if you're in the UK, US, Canada, all those countries, it is not available in your region. Okay, let me start by giving you guys my general thoughts on the reunion so far, because the reunion has been split into, I don't know if it is just 2 episodes. This is part 1. I don't know if we have just part 2 left or we have other parts left, but my opinion of the reunion is that number 1, the women looked so good. Oh my goodness, everybody ate. Okay, everybody ate. Everybody's outfit was fantastic, but my best dressed is Diadem. Diadem looked really lovely. She's giving Chinese vibes. Her features, her makeup, her outfit, the color is giving Chinese Afro. The next for me was Caroline. She wasn't doing too much, but she looked really good. Okay, she wasn't as over the top as all the other ladies with their hair and makeup and all of that. She wasn't as over the top, but she looked really nice, you know, in her own way. Okay, so those were my 2, if I were to choose best dress, but all the ladies looked really good. Okay, now when it comes to the choice of Uti as a host, the truth is that when Uti hosted the previous reunion, I did not like him as a host. I felt like he was too fanboyish. It felt like he wasn't asking the hard-hitting questions. It felt like he was just there to fanboy over the ladies and just laugh anyhow and crack stupid jokes and then just go, like, right? That's how it felt to me in the previous time when he hosted, right? I can't remember which one Latasha hosted, whether she hosted Abuja or Lagos. But Latasha as a host, I did not like her as a host. She was less of a fangirl if you compare her hosting to Uti's hosting, but her hosting was very robotic. It was very obvious that she was reading the prompter almost throughout, right? So now that Uti has come back, I think I also liked Aka. I think I preferred Aka a little bit. I don't know which one Aka hosted. I preferred Aka a little bit, right? But now that Uti is back, I feel like he's doing a better job now. He has definitely improved. He's less of a fanboy of even though he was very pleasant with all the ladies, okay? And I like the fact that he was very pleasant with all the ladies. He hyped them up, you know. He was giving good energy. But yeah, I feel like there's a huge improvement in his hosting this season, and I appreciate that. Okay, so kudos to Uti. He's getting better. You know, even though Ebuka has spoiled us. If you're a Big Brother fan, Ebuka has really spoiled us, because it's almost like anytime you're watching anybody hosting, you're actually hosting a reality show, your benchmark is Ebuka, and Ebuka is in a league of his own, okay? Now, what I liked but also did not like about this reunion is that the host was reading out tweets, okay, concerning the ladies, right? However, it was kind of one-sided, okay? On each issue, I would have appreciated it more if they had read out tweets that are for and against each issue or each lady. However, it felt like he only read out tweets that were against some ladies and did not give us the other perspective, okay? To be honest, anyway, let me not even say what I want to say before some people will come and start saying, oh, you're biased, right? But to be honest, you can tell from this show that the producers really want to make some people more of a villain. I'm not saying those people don't deserve to be villains. I'm not saying that they didn't do villainous stuff, but it's quite obvious who the producers like or who the producers try to paint a certain way. So I'll dive into all of that a little later, but let's just start with the behind the scenes of the reunion, okay? So before, like when the ladies were getting ready, they showed some of the ladies talking to each other. They showed Dabota and Diadem, just catching up, and Diadem was saying that, oh, they need to do something about Caroline, that Caroline needs help, that she volunteers herself to help. And in my mind, I'm like, Diadem, behind you have mouth, but in when the person is now there, you're just going off, like you don't really like calm down to really read somebody well, okay? I'll get into that, but that does not really calm down to make her points across and to really like get to the bottom of things. You are saying you volunteer yourself, but if Caroline comes at you now, next thing you start shouting and calling people bullies and be crying, right? Like, so maintain the same energy. That's just my own, right? Then they now showed them Miriam and Caroline, and Miriam was telling Caroline, you know yourself, the last time you came for the reunion, you were like a time bomb, right? And Caroline was saying that no, this time that she has gotten all the closure that she needs, that if anybody just wants their 5 minutes of fame, that's fine, but she's really like, from what she was saying, she's not coming here to come and fight anybody. Then they also showed Laura. Laura was doing her makeup. Alvin of Lagos was doing her makeup. And Laura was saying that she tried to go out of her comfort zone and experiment with different looks during the season, but that it fell flat sometimes, that she didn't like some of her makeup, so she really wants to look really good for this reunion. So after this, we go into the reunion proper. Caroline comes in first, followed by Dabota. Dabota and Caroline did not say hi. Followed by Diadem and Dabota, said hi, but they both ignored Caroline, or she ignored them, whatever. Like Caroline was just looking straight-faced. She wasn't even frowning, but she was just looking like, okay, like, when you're just bored waiting for your boss. That's how Caroline's face was. And Sophia came next. Sophia came in, my queens, and she greeted every single person there, and I felt bad for her because I was like, oh my goodness, if only this lady knows what is coming for her in front, maybe she won't be so my queen up and down, right? After her, it was Miriam next, Melanin goddess looking all oiled up, and then Laura arrived last, okay? And then the whole starts with going back into Dabota and Sophia's issues with the boats, and Dabota is saying that her problem with Sophia was not the boat itself, it was comments that she has made, or comments that she made, and basically her general attitude at the beach that made her, basically come at Sophia, that it wasn't the boat in particular, and that a boat was actually hired, right? So the boat that Sophia was saying, oh, because I own a boat. I remember mentioning it then that I don't think this owning, whether you own the boat or have the boat, is Dabota's issue. Dabota's issue is that you guys did not let her know that you were coming with your own boat beforehand. Now, that does not excuse all of Dabota's nonsense, okay? Her hosting was really poor. It doesn't excuse it, but I feel like Sophia made the issue about she owning a boat. That, oh, the lifestyle cost, now no. And the funny thing is that when they played this part, the lifestyle cost, now no. Even Dabota was doing like this dancing. She was like, you have played into my hands today because I'm gonna show you that I know the truth.
The lifestyle cost, no.
Lifestyle cost.
Yeah, it was Sophia that made that boat. Like, I own a boat, it's my lifestyle, I live a soft life, it's not my fault that I have a boat, it's not my fault that I don't need to drive all the way to Lekki or Ibeju, wherever she was going to drive. Like, I just had to go with my own boat, my jet is literally downstairs, I own a boat. It was Sophia that made this boat issue such a big deal. So Dabota made it a point of duty to tell the whole world that Sophia does not in fact own a boat. And this part was quite embarrassing. First of all, I wasn't really shocked that Sophia did not own the boat. I remember saying it in that episode and subsequent episodes that people that really have do not talk the way Sophia talks. Oh, they're going commercial, they're doing this one, you know, I have a jet. People that are rich, the real rich people, do not talk like that. So when it was revealed that she doesn't actually own a boat, I was not shocked, okay? And I remember Dabota saying that she knows she has a friend that bought a boat and was it not 200 million to clear it. That I was like, huh? Please, are you guys trying to tell me that Sophia, you know, has that kind of money? Now, Sophia's excuse is that the boat is a family boat. It is not like she didn't pay for it with her own money. It is a family boat, but she's the one that uses the boat most times. But Dabota is insisting that it is not your boat, it's not your family boat, that she knows the owner of the boat, and the owner of the boat's daughter, that's the name of the boat is Princess Jasmine, right? The Jasmine is actually Dabota's daughter's classmate. So Reina's classmate is the Jasmine. So why are you now claiming boat that is not your own? Now, this thing is like double-edged, okay? I felt bad for Sophia in that moment because I don't like embarrassing people or bringing people's leg out. Even when I know that somebody is lying, I might just keep quiet. Like I don't like trying to expose people. I felt really I felt bad and embarrassed for Sophia in that moment, right? However, I understand Dabota's pain because you went throughout the season saying that, oh, you have a soft life, you this, you that. You try to make it look as if Dabota is jealous of you because of your soft life, because you own a boat, when in fact you do not own that boat, okay? And Dabota came at her and was saying, oh, that's your fake lifestyle, you know, that me, I don't fake owning what I don't own. The house I have, I built it in 2018. My mall is my mall. The cars I own are my own. I don't go around like claiming other people's things as mine. I don't go around claiming houses. You guys know that there was a time that Sophia trended because there was a house that she claimed that she was building only for the real owners to come and say, from where to where? Auntie, from where to where? So now again, that part, Sophia was not telling Dabota that, oh, that you want to come at me with what is written in the blogs. Like, how would you feel if I come at you with what is written in your own about you in the blogs? And Dabota was saying, oh, I don't care because, you know, I don't lie about what I don't own. Now, again, I understand Dabota's pain. However, oh, Dabota, oh, so now you believe blogs. Oh, let's get into that. Okay, so now you believe everything you read on blogs, but you were angry that Linda Ikeji published things about you and paternity of your child. Okay, you were angry about that. It was something that was a big issue for you. Like even you becoming friends with Laura, it was difficult for you to be friends with Laura because of it, right? It was such a big deal to you. It was something that caused you pain. Okay, but now that is now convenient for you, you want to use what is written about another person in blogs to come at that person. Like, guys, can you guys see the double standard here? Because to me, that was a very, very, very low blow. You know, Dabota using what's written in the blogs against Sophia, especially since her and Sophia did not really have any issues and they had made up and they had moved on, and Sophia was doing my queen. If only she knew how dirty these women fight. She for reduce the volume for that her my queen. The host Uti asked Sophia how she felt when she watched the scene back, and she was like, that she was not imagining things, that she knew that Dabota did not like her because Dabota actually switched rooms even before, you know, Sophia came. Like, she already had beef with Sophia even before Sophia came. So Sophia said that that's what she was perceiving. You know, when you can just tell, you know, it's not just about what is said, it's about what is not said. You can just get the vibes that someone does not like you, and that she felt those vibes, and you know, that was why she, even all the words that were used on her, that she didn't really understand it. And then Dabota, you know, took accountability of that. At least for once, she took accountability of that and said she didn't like the way she came at Sophia. She didn't like looking at herself doing that, even, you know, the way she was going on and using those words and getting really worked up over something so trivial, that, you know, she apologizes to Sophia and she shouldn't have done that. And Sophia, in good faith, also apologized to her for her attitude at the beach house, even the bringing gift and sharing it at her own part at another person's event, that she shouldn't have done that. You know, they both apologized to each other, but to me, as much as, you know, I understand the apology and I feel like, you know, it was good that they both apologized, if I were Sophia, I will stay away from Dabota. Okay, not because Dabota is a bad person, but because it is obvious that Dabota has something against Sophia, which is much more than the both. Okay, because I remember saying this thing then, that it's almost like she's acting based on what she has heard about Sophia. Okay, and this is one part that I said was kind of one-sided, because they played all the things, I'll get to that, but they played all the things that Caroline said about Diadem. They did not play all the things that Dabota said about Sophia. Okay, because if you guys can think back, Dabota was also talking about Sophia as if Sophia stole her meat, as if Sophia killed her child, like talked about how she's this, she's that, she's diabolical, she's this, even brought, like it was in fact, the energy or the things that Dabota said about Sophia, in my own opinion, are worse than the things that Caroline said about Diadem. Okay, they were more uncalled for than the things that Caroline said about Diadem, right? So yeah, at that point they should have played all those things that Dabota had to say about Sophia, and ask her, what is really your problem with Sophia? Because it is deeper than this boat. Okay, the way she was coming at her at the boat, you don't own the boat, the blog said this, blog said that. It is deeper than that boat. I feel like that Davido something, Sophia's history has a part to play. Okay, so for me, if I were Sophia or Sophia's friend, I would advise her, you see Dabota, stay far away from her. Okay, so next the host goes to Diadem and is asking her about the bonfire. Okay, how she was frowning at the bonfire, her issues, what really was her problem at the bonfire. Is it just because the ladies came late? Because obviously Diadem has an issue with people coming late because she's quite early herself, so tardiness is such a put off with many people. Like, is that the issue? And then Diadem is saying that yes, she was angry about the ladies coming late, however at the bonfire she wasn't frowning at the ladies, that she was actually dealing with an issue at home that had to do with lights at her home. The lights went off, electricity went off, and she was trying to pay and all of that. So and her family were in darkness, so she was trying to sort it out and all of that, right? I remember saying then that I really do not understand why Diadem is not just accepting that she was angry that the women came late. Like, just accept it and move on. Why are you adamant that no, you're not frowning when you were obviously frowning and swelling up like puff, right? Now I think that it's a mixture of both. I don't think she's completely wrong. I don't believe that Diadem is lying about the light situation, because if you guys remember, she was pressing phone at that time. Like, she was really pressing her phone at that time. Okay, so it's possible. I actually believe that she actually had an emergency at home with the light situation, right? I believe that, but I think that what aggravated it, or what made her, it almost felt like, oh, one more issue again with this whole trip. Okay, so yes, she was giving attitude, but I believe her when she says that she wasn't really giving the ladies attitude. Do you get what I mean? What I mean is this, I know it sounds like I'm trying to defend Diadem, like, by all means, but just hear me out. When we're supposed to come together, we didn't come together. The ladies came late, I waited in the sun, all of that and all of that. I came for the bonfire. Next thing, I'm dealing with this emergency at home, right? I feel like her mood in general was already spoiled. Okay, but she wasn't like actively carrying face as per these women. I feel like it's just her mood was already spoiled. Because I remember in her confessionals then, she said that she feels like the group is already divided and all of that. So I feel like her mood was already spoiled generally. So I kind of believe her explanation now. So Utina asked Caroline that what do you think about it? She just said that the truth is all about communication and how you communicate. Caroline also mentioned how Diadem just jumped into the issue between Sophia and Dabota, and it felt like a gang up. Then Diadem tried to explain herself that the reason why she jumped into the issue was because of how Sophia said, you don't need to have my back, I'm a one-woman army, right? And I think now Diadem understands that was just banter from Sophia. It wasn't that deep, but she was explaining that because she took that, she was embarrassed by that whole thing and she took it personal. That was why when Caroline said, oh no, Sophia is everybody's friend here, Diadem said, no, she's not my friend though, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Again, I understand everything that just happened. I understand all their explanations, but that was incredibly childish. Okay, because somebody's having an issue with your friend, right? And they're going back and forth, right? Then someone else says, oh, she's friends to everybody here. Why is it that it's that time you want to now remove yourself? I say, no, it's not my friend though, it's not my friend though. Yesterday she did this to me. It feels like a gang up, okay? And that's what it looked like. It looked like, oh, you want to jump in and fight for your friend. That's what it looks like, right? So that was not the time for them to bring up that issue if she really felt bad about that issue. At some point, Caroline even said that she felt that Dabota and Diadem were giving Sophia issues because of her, Caroline. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, what's happening, Caro? Auntie Caro, are you alright? That's because of her. If I remember clearly, and Dabota even said it, if I remember clearly, I remember even thinking that they are not even giving Caroline any issues. Like, Caroline was the one that caused the whole miscommunication and stuff, but they're not giving Caroline any issues. So how did Caroline now interpret that it was transfer of aggression because of her, this, that? I don't think it was transfer of aggression. I think that the ladies did not even understand exactly what went on behind the scenes, and now they have gotten to understand it. And now I don't know why it feels like I'm the only one that understands where Dabota is coming from. Why does it, am I being gaslit, or is there something wrong with the way I think? Because I totally understand Dabota, and I have understood her from day one when it comes to this whole boat issue. Okay? Caroline made it sound like she was coming to meet Dabota, and then, oh, because she's now running late, she now decided to hop. She even said it, because I'm already coming late, or in order not to be too late, I'm just going to hop on Sophia's boat.
Now, why don't you just come with me and we leave from my jetty? We leave together on my boat.
That's perfect. That's be fine.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I'm so sorry for the delay. Well, everything that is delayed always comes with beautiful blessings. So I'm sure we are going to have mad fun later, but I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So in order for me not to run late, I would hop on Sophia's boat.
This was 3 hours after they have been waiting for her, right? Not knowing that beforehand, I remember saying this, okay, if you guys have been watching my reviews, I said it. At the point where Caroline was inviting Sophia to that boat, to the beach, Sophia had told Caroline that she will come with her own boat and Caroline can just join her. Caroline, at that point, should have told that Dabota that, oh, on the day of the event, I will be coming with my friend Sophia, and Sophia has a boat. So instead of us coming all the way to Lekki, even though, like I said again, I believe that they should have made the drive. They should have driven to the Lekki and they should have joined Dabota's boat, okay? But let's just say they didn't want to do that stress. Caroline should have duly informed Dabota that on the day of your event, don't wait for me, just go with your own boat. I will be coming with Sophia, okay? Just be updating her. Oh yes, are you guys at the beach? Okay, we who are coming, will soon be entering our boat. Okay, so that was why when Dabota now said, oh, that Caroline was transparent with her on her movement, but Caroline wasn't direct, okay? I understood what Dabota was saying totally, because let me make it clear to you guys now, okay? So it's like me and you having an understanding that we are going to meet at my house by 2 p.m, right? And then by 10 a.m, you tell me, oh, I'm on my way. Oh, I'm going now. Oh, I've entered the bus. Oh, I've entered the train. Oh, I've done this, I've done that, right? Meanwhile, you are talking about going to your friend's house, right? You are talking about going to a different location. But because we had that understanding that you are coming to my house, I'm thinking that all those your updates you are giving me is because you are on your way to my house. Not knowing that all those your updates you are giving me is because you're on your way to another person's house. Does that make sense? Anyway, let's just let this whole boat issue go, because at this point, I don't know whether it's only me and Dabota that understand English on this internet. I don't know. So I think around this point, they played all the clips of Caroline saying stuff about Diadem, and even tweets, okay, tweets of people talking against Caroline. There was even one tweet that I thought was very offensive for them to read out, where the tweet ended with something about how Caroline needs the psychological evaluation or mental evaluation. I feel like they shouldn't have read that kind of tweet out, okay, where somebody is like directly insulting the housemate. Like, talk about the issues, but don't add the insult part, okay? So that part was kind of low blow for me, and it made me understand that they don't like Caroline on this show. Forget, they don't like her. And she cuss her. She cuss her. But they don't like her on that show, because time and time again, I've seen them villainize her even more than they should, okay? I'm not saying she doesn't deserve to be a villain, but even more than they should. Anyway, so Caroline, what is your issue with Diadem? So Caroline is saying that, oh, that Diadem on her own is sweet, but that because Diadem is fighting for Dabota, and then Utina said, but you're fighting for Sophia. She now said, no, that she's not fighting for Sophia, that she was fighting her own battles. Again, I agree that she was fighting her own battles, but she was fighting her own battles more because she was trying to defend Sophia. Take it or leave it, okay? I know she wants to argue that that's not what was happening. That's what was happening. Because they came at Sophia, she decided to take up her own battles and fight it even more than she would have if they didn't come at Sophia, okay? So she now talked about how she talked with Laura, she talked with Miriam, talked with Sophia, and they all advised her to get to know Diadem. So that was why she now called Diadem. Diadem did not pick, only for Diadem to now send her a message and start it with Caro, and you know, a passive-aggressive message according to Caroline, okay? I paused the TV and tried to read the message, okay? Now, the message was Diadem telling Caroline that, I know you are calling me because of what happened in Ghana. I have made peace with it. I don't want us to revisit that issue. I understand. Something like, I can't remember the words again now, but what Diadem was trying to say is that we don't need to squash any beef. We don't need to revisit any issue. Day your day, make I day my day. That's what the message sounded like, okay? So I now understood why Caroline was offended by the message, okay? Even though to me, I'm like, I totally understand Diadem not wanting to be friends with Caroline. Don't get me wrong, oh. I totally understand it. If it's me, I wouldn't be friends with Caroline. And this is coming from somebody who I see both sides. But if I was Diadem, I will not be friends with Caroline. I will not try. Maybe I won't be so direct about it the way Diadem is. Maybe I'll give you an ear here or there. But I will not be close to you. I will not be chumming with you. After seeing what you did to Dabota, I'm sorry, I will not be close to you, okay? Because whether we like it or not, Caroline came at Dabota sideways for no apparent reason, okay? Up until the point where Caroline flipped on Dabota, there was no precursor. There was nothing that made it justified for Caroline to come at Dabota the way she came at Dabota, okay? Even about the things that happened the years before, how this one was dancing one corner in her house, it could have been resolved quietly and peacefully, but Caroline, you know, chose to go the violent route, okay? So if I were Diadem, after seeing all of that, I will put you in your corner as well. Day your day, make I day my day. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to get to know each other. We don't have to get to squash anything, or, you know, we don't have to get to know each other if that is how you're going to be to somebody that I consider my close friend, my best friend, my sister. My dear, day your day, okay? Because how is that friendship or that understanding going to work? Because if you're my friends, I'm not in good terms, as in me and you are somebody that I'm very close to and not on good terms, it cannot work. And I don't have to hate you, because someone like me, I don't have to come and become your enemy. I don't have to fight you. I don't have to, you know, call you on the phone and insult you or insult you in person. I don't have to do all of that. But I will also not give you the time of day, because that friendship is dead on arrival, okay? So I totally understand why Diadem is keeping Caro at arm's length, and I respect her for doing that. She has every right to do that. But I also understand why Caroline is feeling bad, because Caroline is saying, oh, that she doesn't like me, that Diadem doesn't just like her. Obviously, she doesn't just like you. Like, obvious, like, it's quite obvious why she doesn't just like you. Okay, I don't know why everybody's pretending like we don't understand why. Like, it's quite obvious why she doesn't just like you, because you are volatile, okay? And the thing that makes Caroline's character worse, in my opinion, or Caroline's like issues worse, in my opinion, is that when the going is good, she's very sweet, she's very lovely, she's very, you know, friendly. She'll go the extra mile for you. She's that kind of friend that would overdo for you, right? I think Dabota is also that way, right? But not, I don't think it's to Caroline's level. Caroline can go the extra mile for you. However, she can do all of that while still harboring something in her heart for you. And then when the time is right, she will come at you like, do you get that thing? It is scary for somebody that you're not really close to. It is a scary, like, as an observer, I would not want to be very close to Caroline, knowing that she can flip like that. you can't really, if it's someone who would like, for example, someone like Miriam now, you can tell Miriam does not like you, she does not like you. Even Laura, you can tell Laura does not like you, she does not like you. Okay, Laura will not pretend, even when the going is good, she's just chill with you, right? So someone like Laura, I can understand it, like you know how to follow the person. But someone like Caroline, my dear, you don't know which one go cause issues, right? So again, Caroline needs to work on that part of her, like, yeah, just work on that part of you, because it's kind of scary to witness. It makes it look like you have like bipolar disorder or some kind of disorder, even though I don't think she has a disorder. I think that Caroline's problem is that she wants to be demure, but when she's no longer demure, you are going to get a version that you never expected. She's extreme on both ends. I think that's her issue. So we get into Diadem and Miriam's issues, and Diadem is saying that, oh, at that point she did not want Miriam to call Caroline because she knows that Caroline is a trigger, and that was why she didn't want to, bring up, she didn't want them to call Caroline. So Miriam should have respected her decision, okay? And then Miriam is explaining, and I remember saying this here, I understand human beings, okay? I understand human beings. If you guys watched my last review, I talked about how I think I'll look for a clip and even play it. I think that when Miriam was calling Caroline, she wasn't calling Caroline to spite Diadem. I think she was calling Caroline to be like, like, I thought you guys have made up now. Why are you not here? Show Joe, what's all this? Not kind of thing. That's how I perceive Miriam to be. I feel like if Diadem didn't say anything, I feel like Caroline, or if Caroline had said, oh yes, she invited me but I don't want to come, Miriam would have been like, Caroline, why not just come now? See, you have your gift here, or do fast, or waiting for you, that kind of thing, right? Just to try and make peace by force. I felt like Miriam was calling Caroline to say, girl, what's in the happen? Why are you not here? Your package is here. You guys have made peace. Hey, let's not do that. I said it. And Miriam also said it on the show, on the reunion as well, that she wasn't calling Caroline to put Diadem on blast. She was calling Caroline to put Caroline on blast. I said it, right? So all those people say, oh, she's there to trigger Diadem. She was there to trigger Diadem. She was not there to trigger Diadem. She didn't even know that it was going to trigger Diadem the way it triggered Diadem, okay? So that was why she was shocked that Diadem was coming at her that way. I don't think, I said it again, I don't think Miriam really thinks things, oh, this will happen and let me connive and, Miriam's kind of person, let's just put everything in the open. Oh, you not come, why didn't you come? Get what's in the worry you? Why didn't you come? Oh, say hi to each other now, say hi to each other, that's how I see Miriam to be. Utina asked them if she overreacted, right? Because they said she overreacted. So Laura said that yes, Diadem overreacted, however, that if she was the one, she would respect Diadem's decision. That's what she even did as well. That when she comes to your party, anything you want, you do it. Like, you respect your rules. It's your house, your game, your party, your events. She will respect everything you ask for, okay? And that's how I am as well, okay? So as much as I understand Miriam's personality, me in particular, if you tell me sit down here, I sit down there. Don't sit down here, I don't sit down there. Come and be going, I carry my bag and leave. In fact, before you tell me come and be going, if I start feeling like I start overstaying my welcome, I carry my bag and leave, okay? I'm not somebody who likes to encroach on other people's space, and I don't like to come there and start, what am I dragging? Like, is it that my house is not comfortable? I'm so satisfied and comfortable with my own self that when it comes to your event, your thing, anything you want, I do it the way you want, okay? I don't need to come and start shining at your own event. Like, I shine naturally. I don't need to come and wear gele when you say I should not wear. If you tell me last minute, pull that gele for my event. If I decide to come for your event, I will pull the gele, I'll remove it. If I don't want to pull the gele, I stay in my house. Okay, so yes, as much as I know that Miriam, she said, oh, nobody can tell her what to do. I understand you, my sister, but at the same time, you should not be going around doing things that will trigger other people and be saying, that's just how I am. No, that's not an excuse, okay? That's not an excuse. At your own event, you can control things, but at someone else's event, please try and respect them and respect their boundaries, okay? So even the t-shirt stuff, Miriam said again, I said this in the last video, that whole t-shirt thing, it did not land. It wasn't giving what Diadem thought it was going to give. In fact, it was embarrassing. I felt shy for Diadem because you want to act like you're a bad bee. You want to trigger somebody. Then you now came without makeup. You are wearing t-shirt. You're not, well dressed. And then you come there and you are acting nice. Even though it's fake nice, but you're acting nice. You even patronize the person. Like... at the person's own event, you want to trigger, like, it doesn't make sense. Again, I said it that last time, I'm going to say it again. If it was maybe at Laura's event, then Diadem showed up that way to trigger Miriam, it would have landed more, it would have made more sense, you know, when most people are there. But this one, everybody had gone, it didn't work. Okay, so Miriam was saying that she did not even catch the shade that was being thrown at her. She didn't catch it because she just saw t-shirt and jeans. And again, you guys remember that somebody insulted her and called her a raccoon in season 2. Do you think that all the days of her life she's walking about thinking, oh, they called me raccoon? She might not even remember that they even called her raccoons. She might not even remember. And that's the truth, because me, when I saw the first time I saw the t-shirt, I did not catch that, oh, she was shading with the raccoon thing. So when I saw it initially, I did not really get any shade. It was after a while and I remembered, oh yes, it's true, they called Miriam raccoon. So you don't expect Miriam to walk up and down thinking, oh, Faith called me raccoon, I'm a raccoon, or raccoon is an insult for me. No, so it didn't land. She didn't catch it. Okay, that thing you were throwing, she didn't catch it. Anyway, long story short, Diadem decides to kind of make peace. Diadem did not even come. It's obvious that Diadem actually liked Miriam. She was like, oh, she felt really bad that Miriam was saying she doesn't really care about her feelings because she was really hurt, that she gets emotional when she talks about Miriam because she really likes Miriam, she really loves Miriam, and that she didn't want them to have those kind of issues, that Miriam should have just respected her boundaries. If Miriam had respected her, things wouldn't have gotten that bad. She even stood up from her seat, went to meet Miriam. Oh, I love you so much, you know, I miss you, I don't also have issues, all of that. And then they made peace, okay? They hugged it out. It was quite a beautiful moment, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it was very emotional. I felt the emotion in the room, okay? However, I'm sorry, I'm not someone that emotions used to just scatter their brain. I can be emotional, but when my brain needs to work, it works irrespective of the emotions around. So you like Miriam this much, Diadem. You like Miriam this much, and you decided to use a very low blow insult from a different housemate, a different housewife from a different season. You decided to make a t-shirt of it to shade this person that you say you love so much. Because Miriam was saying that, oh, that she talks to Diadem, that's before they had the fallout, that they used to talk all the time, that Diadem was the person that she was even closest to in the group, that she used to call her even if it's 1 a.m, you know, they were discussing about even her whole logo and stuff for her beauty, this thing, right? That it was her and Diadem. Diadem said, yes, they talk a lot, that she missed all the calls, all the messages, that Miriam was always checking up on her, blah, 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 blah. They used to talk all the time. I was like, eh? So this same person that you say all these nice things about, or you guys had such a bond with, is the same person that you are wearing t-shirts that says a raccoon with a skunk attitude to come and shade at her own business event, and you came there and bought only one thing and left, right? I don't understand these people's friendships. I said it before, I said it again. All these women, all of them from beginning to toe, Caroline or Dabota, all of them, you see all of them on that show, eh? I can't be friends with them, okay? I mean, they're not even trying to be friends with me, so who cares? But we don't do that kind of friendship. Like, me and my friends were so basic, we're so normal. I like how ordinary me and my friends are. I like how boring me and my friends are. I like how drama-free me and my friends are, because I can't deal. Also, so this same Miriam is the person that you were saying, and she wants to enter the beauty industry and she's fighting us instead of her to come closer to us or something like that. I can't remember how Dad said it, but almost like instead of you to suck up to us, you want to enter and you are here fighting me. So it's the same person that you love so much, that you're this close to. Wow. Okay. Now that's not even all. After this whole raccoon thing, after everything on social media, when people were saying it did not land, you know, like it's like it didn't give what it was supposed to give, Diadem made several videos, okay, on TikTok, even post on Instagram, like her story, talking about how, oh, that should be Miriam said that if you try her, try her and find out, or something like that. That she now tried Miriam and Miriam could not talk. That, hey, try me and find out, could not say anything. Miriam could not come at her. Miriam could not this, Miriam could not that. This same person that you love so much, that you're very close to. See, when it comes to me, I can forgive almost everything, right? I can forgive almost everything. But if a friend of mine, me and you are close, me and you are cool, me and you are okay, me and you, we are normal, okay? In fact, me and you are just like buddies, okay, from far, maybe not so close, right? And then me and you now have an issue. and you go on social media to brag or to talk about how you really give it to me hot. I don't care what the circumstances. I don't care if we are both YouTubers or we are both Real Housewives of Lagos or we are both business owners or whatever. I don't care what we both are in the public eye. The moment you do that, that's it for me. It's a no for me. Like, it's a wrap for me. I don't care if you were my best friend before that. The moment you go on social media to please the public, to please your fans, to come off as this, bad bee that you think you are, you now want to throw me under the bus in public and want us to make up. I'm sorry, we can never be friends again, okay? So, again, I'm not saying they should not be friends, so I'm not saying Miriam should not be friends with Diadem. All I'm saying is that for me, that friendship is never going to work, okay? Like, if I was the one in Miriam's shoes, that friendship is never going to work. Because if you can do all of this just because we had a falling out, my dear sister, pack one side, okay? But anyway, that was the end of the first part of the reunion. The next part, we saw a part where Laura was going back and forth with Miriam. I think it's about that comment Miriam made about, do you want me to talk about how they said you were pinked or something like that? Anyway, yeah. But so far, so good. I don't know. This reunion, I think the reunion is okay. I don't think it's that boring. I don't think it's that fantastic. I think it's just okay so far. Let's see what happens in the next episode. I'll be here to give you guys all the details. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.